There is one change, a great change in myself. I heard somewhere that girls my age don't feel quite certain of themselves, that they become quiet to think of the change that is taking place within themselves. Each time it has happened, I have a feeling that I have a sweet secret. And in spite of my pain, I long for the time when I shall feel that secret within again.
Mr. Dasal,
We can smell the cold at the window on your clothes, Meep.
these are for you and
Oh, thank you, Meep.
how are you, Margot? Feeling better?
Oh, we filled her full of every kind of pill so she won't cough and make a noise.
Well, hello, Meep. Hello. These are for you, Mrs. Meep. Drink them and then
Look!
for the hope of peace in the new year.
Meep, have you seen Mushi anywhere around?
But she's got us a cake.
No,
Can you get the
Peter.
cake first? Yeah?
Yes, I'll get some plates.
Yeah,
Peter,
absolutely.
I have inquired from all the neighbors if they have seen the grey cat, but everybody said no.
First, let's cut the cake, darling. It's such a beautiful cake. Remember the cake? Yes. Peace in 1940.
43.
43, absolutely.
Meep, I remember the last time when you got the cake, you had written peace in 1942,
Yes.
and now it's peace in 1940.
44. And you were looking about the cat right now, Peter? You can ask her about
No,
the cat.
peace has to come one day, you know. Peace has to come one day.
Indeed.
Now you enjoy the cake?
Very well. Okay, Alicia.
Wouldn't you have some cake?
No, thank you, I won't have.
Oh, that's good. So that leaves us 1, 2, 7 of us.
Eight. We always is a 8 number.
I mean, I thought you wouldn't eat because you were coughing all night.
Why wouldn't he have the cake, huh?
Well, a little bit of cake. A little bit of cake won't harm him, right, Mr. Tussle?
All right. I just don't want him to cough again.
Okay, so Mrs. Frank should cut the cake.
1 second. Meep got cake for all of us, not just for Mrs. Frank.
Mrs. Frank divides things better.
Oh, come on, don't
What?
waste time.
This is not right. I have decided to cut the cake, and I cut exactly the same for everyone.
Don't worry, Curly, don't worry.
No. This is not fair. I mean, I want an answer for this. Don't I divide exactly the same?
Yes, everybody get exactly the same, but Mr. Van then he always get little bit more.
Stop it. That's a lie.
Enough! You see, what a little sugar does to all of us. Just goes right to our head.
So should I cut the cake with your permission?
Yes, Mrs.
Yes.
Thank you. Will you have some?
No, thank you, no, thank you.
Wes.
Oh, you said you had something to talk to me about.
Yes, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
What is it?
First of all, I want to see Mr. Krell. He is suffering from cancer. And nowadays, doctor is very difficult. Nowadays, we are not getting any appointment from any doctor. That's the main problem.
Anything else?
No, it's okay.
I thought you had something to talk to me about upon
Yes,
that.
if you come along with me downstairs.
Very well, I think that would be appropriate.
Something's wrong, isn't it, Meep?
I want advice from your father.
That's it. It's fine.
I know
Come along.
something's gone wrong. I know it.
In front of children, should I talk?
I think if it's something that concerns all of us, it would be better that we all hear it. After all, their imagination might be far worse than reality.
Okay. Do you remember one person in our storeroom? Mr. Carl, 55 years, medium build, short-sighted.
Ah, the one from Utrecht.
Yes, he was inquiring about you. I told him that you are in Switzerland, but he was suspicious. Even he said, pointed this bookcase and said, I remember there was a door, but now he's asking more money, 20 girders more a week.
20 guilders? That's blackmail.
20 guilders, very modest blackmail.
That's just the beginning.
You know what I think? He was a thief. That who was there that night? But how he knows we are here?
I mean, to be honest, is it too much?
I
What are
don't
they paying nowadays?
No, I don't know what to do. Should I pay him the whole? Or I should fire him? Or I don't know what to do.
For God's sake, don't fire him. Pay him what he asks. Keep him here where you can have your eye on him.
I think, Meek, you should offer him half first.
He will get better if he work in the power plant. But I don't know.
Meek, listen. You should offer him half first and then see if it's blackmail or not.
And if it is anything he asks, we have got to pay.
Let's decide that when the time comes.
It may be my imagination.
The phone rings.
The phone.
The phone ringing. What does that mean?
It may be Mr. Durr. Actually, I have to run. Mr. Durr is taking me to the party tonight.
Oh, how heavenly! Remember now what everyone was wearing and what you have to eat so you can tell us about it tomorrow.
Okay, I'll give you the full report. Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.
You can thank your son for this, smashing the light. I tell you, it's just a question of time now.
Sometimes I wish the end would come, whatever it is.
Marco?
Then at least we'd know where we were.
Marco! Thousands, millions of people are dying every day in the concentration camp. And this is what you're saying to me?
But what's the good of thinking about that, huh? What's the good of thinking about misery when you're already miserable, mother? That's stupid.
Stupid.
We're young, Margot and Peter and I. You grown-ups have had all your chances. But if we begin to think of all the horrible things that are out there, we're lost. We're trying to hold on to some kind of ideals and hopes when everything is lost. We weren't around when all of this started, so don't you dare take out your anger on us. I'm going to Peter's room.
She talks as if we started the war. Did we start the war?
You want to have this?
Thanks.
You were great back in there. You know how to talk to them. And me, I can't think when I'm mad. That Dussel, when he said that about Mushi, someone eating him, I was so angry, I was so mad. I wanted to hit him. Hit him so hard that I used to do in school when I had an argument. But hear an old man like that, it wouldn't be so good.
You're making a huge mistake about me. I do it all wrong. I say too much. I go too far and I hurt people's feelings.
No, it is not that. I think you're fine just then.
Oh, do you mean it, Peter? Do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Thank you, Peter. Oh, you put quite the collection.
Yes, you want to have some in your room?
Oh, sure. But what do you do in this room? Heaven knows you spend enough time in here doing heaven knows what.
So, it's easier for me whenever I have an argument, I just duck in here.
You're lucky having a room to go to. His lordship is always there. I can't get a moment alone. So whenever there's fighting, I just have to stand there and take it.
You just give some back of it.
I get so mad. They form their opinions about everything, you know, but we're so young. We're going through something that no one our age has ever gone through. You know, you think that you figured it all out, you think everything is right, and bang, something comes along the way and you don't know what to do.
No, I don't think the same way.
Peter, do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
You know, I don't even have someone to share all this with. Mother, you know, she doesn't understand me. Father's all right, but we can talk about everything. Everything but one thing. Mother. And I don't think you can really be intimate with someone unless he holds something back, do you?
I think your father's fine.
Oh, he is, Peter. He really is. He's the only one who's ever given me any sense of self. But anyway, nothing can take the place of friends your own age or near your own age, can it?
I suppose you miss your friends and all.
It isn't just, isn't it funny? You and I. Here we've been seeing each other for a year, every minute of a year, and yet this is the first time we've ever really talked. You know, it helps having someone to talk to. It helps you let off steam.
And whenever you want to let off your steam, you can come into my room.
You have to be careful how you say that. I can get up an awful lot of steam.
That's all right with me.
Do you mean it, Peter?
I said it, didn't I?
We've got bad news. The people from whom Meep got our ration books from have been arrested. So we all have had to cut down on our food. Since our stomachs are so empty, they rumble and make strange noises, all in different keys. Mr. Van Daan's low and deep like a bass fiddle. Mine is high and whistling like a flute. While we're sitting around for supper, it is like an orchestra tuning up. All we need is Toscanini to raise his baton and we'll be off in the ride of the Valkyries. Mother is unbearable. Mr. Krala is in the hospital. He has ulcers. Pim says that we are his ulcers. Meep has the business to run and us too. The Americans have landed on the southern tip of Italy. So father, he looks for a quick finish to the war. Mr. Dussel is so sad that he can't get back to his dentistry. Oh, have I been skipping too much from one subject to another? I can't help it. I feel that spring is coming. I feel it in my whole body and soul. I am longing, so longing to have someone to talk to. Someone young who feels as I do.
I want to use my room.
No, dear Mr. Dussel, I'm not dressed yet. How do I look, Margot?
Fine.
You didn't even look.
Of course I did. It's fine.
Margot, tell me. Am I terribly ugly?
Oh, stop fishing.
No, tell me, please.
Of course you're not. You've got nice eyes and another animation and...
A little vague, aren't you?
And can I come in?
Come in, mother.
Come in.
Well, Mr. Dussel is there peeling garlic and he's impatient to come to you, darling.
Heavens, he takes the room for himself the entire day.
And can I use my room?
Look again.
Oh.
And dear, are you going to Peter's room, are you?
Yes, that is my intention.
Well, is your intention to stay there for too long?
I was in there exactly twice. Once to get the dictionary and once a quarter of an hour before supper. That's all.
I think you are disturbing him too much, my dear.
I have some intuition.
Well, I don't think you have the intuition to not lock the door, right?
Yes, Mother, I won't do that.
I think Mr. Dussel is getting...
And
He's getting very impatient. He doesn't like peeling the garlic.
Why don't you two talk in the main room? It would save a lot of trouble. You know it's hard on mother having to listen to those remarks from Mrs. Van Daan and not say a word.
Why doesn't she say a word? I think it's ridiculous to just take it and take it.
You don't understand mother at all, do you? She can't talk back. She's not like you. It's just not in her nature to fight back.
Anyway, The only one I felt sorry about is you. I
What?
feel awfully guilty about you.
What about?
I have a feeling that every time I go into Peter's room, I might be hurting you. If it were me, I'd be wild. I'd be terribly jealous if it were me.
Well, I'm not.
Really? Truly? You're not jealous?
Of course I'm jealous. Jealous that you have something to get up in the morning for. But jealous of you and Peter? No.
Maybe there's nothing to be jealous about. Maybe he doesn't really like me. Maybe I'm just taking the place of his cat. Wouldn't you like to come in with us?
I have a book.
Will you please let me in my room?
Please, dear Mr. Dussel, can't you wait?
Oh, thank you so much.
Now look at that. Oh my God. What good is it to have a son? He's not bothered about me. He doesn't know if I'm dead or alive. And dear, do you mind if I go and talk to my son for a while? Thank God. Peter, I do not want you to stay up late all night. You get me?
Yes, mother.
You are a growing boy, you need your sleep. That's better.
Well, he may be a growing boy, but Anne doesn't keep late night hours, does she? My dear Anne, you will come back before 9, won't you?
Yes, Mother. May I go now?
Are you asking my permission? Does it even matter, dear?
Of course it matters to her. Listen to the wind chimes, dear, and you must be back.
You know, in my days, Mrs. Frank, I think in your days too, it was the boys who called on the girls.
Well, Mrs. Van Dam, when the boys called on the girls, it was fine at that time. But nowadays, children need a little privacy to talk.
Talk? Is that what they call it these days?
Well, actually, Anne,
Both of you are impossible. God, adults. Aren't they awful? Aren't they impossible? Treating us as if we're still in the nursery.
Does it bother you? It doesn't bother me, Anne.
Well, I don't suppose you can really blame them. They think back to how they were at our age, you know? But we're so much more advanced to think of all the wonderful conversations we've had, Peter. Oh, I forgot to bring you some of the pictures.
No, it's fine, don't worry.
Don't you want some? I could ask Meep.
No, maybe later.
I remember where I got that one. It was with my friend, Yopi. I bet her that I could eat 5 ice creams. That's what I'd do in those days. We'd go to the Delphi or the Oasis, where the Jews were allowed, of course, and we'd eat. We'd have heavenly times. There'd always be loads of boys. I'd like to get back to it for a few days, but just for a few days, because after that, I'd be bored to death. I think more seriously about life now. I want to be a journalist or a writer or something great. What do you think, Peter?
I want to work on a farm and maybe travel. I want to do something that won't take much brains, you know.
Of course, you shouldn't talk that way. You've got the most awful inferiority complex.
No, I know, and I'm not smart.
No, but of course you are. You're smarter than me in algebra and arithmetic, and, well, you're dozens better than me in algebra.
You know that's not true.
You like Margot, don't you? Ever since the beginning, you've liked her and not me.
No, I never said that.
But it's always been that way. Margot's so kind and beautiful, and I'm not.
No, I think you're beautiful, very beautiful.
I have never been a beauty and never shall be.
That's not true. In the beginning, I used to think you were awfully noisy, but
What do you think of me now?
now I think you are the most smartest one in the room.
I bet when
party, the kissing games.
I wouldn't say those counted.
It won't.
I have been kissed exactly twice. Once when I fell off the ice and a strange man kissed me, and once it was by Mr. Goofius, my father's business associate. You wouldn't say those counted now, would you?
That doesn't happen.
Well, I know for certain that Margot never kissed a man, and she wouldn't unless she was engaged. And Mother didn't touch a man before marriage. Well, I don't know. Do you think a girl who is not engaged should talk to a man or kiss a man or touch a man?
And it's different with girls, Maybe for someone, something is wrong. For a girl, it won't be.
Oh, 9 o'clock. I have to go. Good night.
And you won't stop loving her.
Of course not. I might bring in my diary someday. There's loads about you.
Notes about me? What kind of stuff?
Just nothing. Just the way you thought about me.
That means you have changed your mind about me, how I changed my mind about you?
Well, you'll see. At this point, we know each other so well that if one starts to tell a story, the rest can finish it for him. For me, life has become much more pleasant. I often go to Peter's room. Oh, don't think I'm in love, because I'm not. But I must say that I long for the time that we spent together. I must confess that now I'm glad the Van Dans had a son and not a daughter. I've outgrown 3 dresses now, and I'm having to wear Margot's. I'm working hard on my French. I just finished La Belle Niverne.
Otto, see this! See this, what he's doing!
What is it? What's happened?
See this! God, he's stealing the food! You're stealing the food!
God's sake, Peter, help me! Let him go, Mrs. Frank. Let him go, Mrs. Frank, let go!
He's stealing the food!
It was you, and all the time we thought it was Rex.
Mr. Van Damme, how could you?
I was hungry.
He's a big man. He requires more food than all of us.
But he was stealing the bread! He's hungry! 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 Look at your children! Your children! They're starving! They're growing thinner and thinner and thinner! And you are stealing bread from your own child! And you, Mrs. Van Damme, you say he's hungry, he needs more food. Terrible. To sacrifice food of your child for your son. Horrible, 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 horrible. I want them to leave. Leave.
Get out of here.
Yes, get out, get out, get out.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I held my tongue. I didn't speak. I didn't speak all this while. And today I choose to speak. Today.
Eden, sit down.
Let me speak. Today I held my tongue. All this while. All this while I was quiet. And you kept all the best parts for him. Him. want you to leave. Make them leave. Otto, I want them to leave my house and I don't care.
Edith, where are they gonna go?
I don't care. I'll give them money. I'll give them money.
Where you want to put us out on the streets?
Go anywhere. Go anywhere. Go anywhere.
Where? A cellar? A closet?
I don't know.
We don't have the money for that.
I told you I'll give you the money, but leave. Go. Go.
Mr. Frank, you said that you don't know how to repay my husband. He was the one to help you when you first came to Amsterdam.
If my husband had any obligation to you, he has already paid you enough and enough and enough. Can you please go?
Mrs. Frank, I've never seen you like this before.
Well, please. I don't know what to say. Stealing food.
You can't be nice to some people.
Mr. Dussel, if it wasn't for you, this all wouldn't have happened.
I want him to go and I don't care. Do one thing, Mr. Dussel. Do one thing. Let them go.
Mother, you cannot mean what you're saying. Please.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't mean Peter. Peter can stay. I don't mean the children. Peter, you can stay.
Sorry, Mrs. Frank. If my father leaves, I leave.
No, Peter, no. Mother, please don't let them go outside. They can have my food. Oh, don't send them away. It's going to be daylight soon, please. Please, Mother.
Okay. If you must go, then you must go, darling. You must go. I'll ask Beat to find you another place.
Surely we can wait until daylight is gone.
Okay?
Mother, let us all be calm. We'll all go to our rooms and talk this out. We'll find some way.
Only on one condition. Until Meat can find them another place. One condition. Mr. Dussel, get the potatoes and divide it. You cook your own goddamn food from now on.
Oh no, no, we haven't sung so far that we're going to fight over a handful of rotten potatoes.
Can't help it, right? Count it!
Mrs. Van Daan, Mr. Van Daan, myself, Otto, Frank, and
You can't keep her like this.
I'm begging you,
Stop!
Stop it!
And-
Stop it!
You are keeping the big ones for yourself.
Stop it!
Stop it!
Now stop it! Just keep those potatoes away. We can't eat this. We have to be polite. Come on. Oh, hi.
Come on in.
Hi, Neem. How are you?
I have come to give you a wonderful news.
Oh, what is
Invasion
it?
has begun. Everybody listen. Invasion has begun
Where meet?
on the coast of Normandy. I have heard on the radio, BBC, they have landed on the coast early in the morning.
The British.
Yeah, Britishers, Americans, Dutch, French, they all have come and landed more than 4,000 ships. And Churchill and General Eisenhower called it a D-Day. A D-Day, they called it a D-Day. Now be rejoiced, be happy.
Who all are coming?
Yeah?
The British.
British, Americans,
The Poles, the Norwegians?
everybody, they landed. More than 4,000 ships.
Does Mr. Krala know?
No, I am going to tell him because this will be the better news than any blood transfusion.
Please do.
Okay, I will update you as I get another news regarding the invasion.
Sure me.
Now be happy.
Fine.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you all?
It's okay, Patti, don't cry. Don't cry.
Please, sir. So sick.
It doesn't matter now.
I'm sorry. Even I'm sorry.
No.
I shouldn't have said that.
No. I stole from the children.
Stop it. Let me happy. Enough. This is a moment to rejoice. Let me bring the schnapps. Margot, go bring the schnapps.
Didn't you hear? We're going to be liberated.
Let's celebrate. Come on, guys.
Everyone, have some. L'chaim!
L'chaim.
Look at the sky, Peter. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the clouds. You know what I do when I can't stand being cooped up for one more minute? I think myself out. I think myself on a walk in the park where Pim used to take me. I think of the violets and the crocuses all growing on the sidewalk. You know the best part about thinking yourself out is that you can have it any which way you like. You can have the violets and the chrysanthemums, even the roses, all blooming at the same time. I used to take it all for granted, but now I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy about nature, haven't you?
And I've gone crazy too. I just can't think. Whenever I start thinking, I get mad. I don't know what is going to happen the next second. I don't know what to do.
I wish you had a religion, Peter.
No, Anne, not me.
I don't mean you have to be orthodox, believe in hell and heaven and purgatory, just to believe in something. When I think of everything that is out there, when I think of the seagulls, the trees, when I think of the dearness of you, Peter, I'm not afraid anymore. I find God and I...
No, Anne. You know what? What I feel? God here like waiting for them to come and catch us. And all for what? All for what, Anne?
We're not the only people that have had to suffer, Peter. Sometimes it's one race, sometimes another.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Anne.
God. You know, I think the world is going through a phase right now. Like I was with Mother. It will get over, don't worry, it will. Sometimes it might take 100 years or even 1,000, but it will end someday.
And I want to live right now, not 1,000 years from now.
But if you only look at it as a part of a great pattern, like we're only a minute in. Gosh, look at us, fighting like a couple of stupid grown-ups.
Open up!
Aufwachen! Michael! Open the bloody door! Alles steif! Open it!
And so, it seems that our stay here is over. They've given us each 5 minutes to take a bag and anything it will hold of clothing. So I must say goodbye to you, my dear, dear diary. But please, anyone, Mr. Krala, Meep, if you should find this diary, please, keep it safe for me because someday, I hope.
No more meat.
I have gone to the country to get food, but when I returned, the block was surrounded by the police.
It feels strange to think that anybody could be happy in a concentration camp. But Anne was happy in a concentration camp in Holland where all of us were put. After having lived in these rooms for almost 2 years, Anne was happy to be out in the sunshine, in the fresh air.
news of the war was good. The British and Americans were sweeping through France. But we knew they would come to us in time.
In September, we were told that we were to be shipped to Poland. Men to one camp, women to another. Mr. Frank was sent to Auschwitz. We went to Belgium. Mr. Frank was free. He was few of those who were left. The war wasn't over yet, so it took a long time for him to get home.
A few of those who were rescued were sent behind the lines where we'd be safe. Each time our train stopped at a crossing or a siding, all would get out and go from group to group.
Were you very well, son?
Were you at Buchenwald?
At Mauthausen,
Is it possible that you knew my wife?
Is it possible you knew my husband?
My son? My daughter? And that is how I came to know about the death of my wife, Margot, the Van Dams, Peter, Russell. But Anne, I had hoped. Yesterday I went to Rotterdam. I'd heard of a woman who'd been with Anne at Belsen. Now, I know.
And in spite of everything, I still believe that people really are good at heart.
She puts us all to shame.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting us, for coming. We had sold 145 seats, and I don't know why people are looking so empty. Maybe they walked off. But anyway, we carried on. 147 seats, 1 lakh donation from Sonia Thapar. And Sonia Johar and Priya Thapar. Unfortunately, they're in London. They couldn't come. Thank you so much, Sonia. 1 lakh donation. Thank you, Hemant Bharatram. I don't know you personally, but yet you reached out. I don't know you at all. I know your sisters, but I don't know you. You sent me a message time and time again asking me, you want anything? You want any support? You want me to help out? Thank you, Hemant Bharatram. Thank you. Thank you, Manohar. Thank you, Manohar, for every time listening to me. Thank you, Manohar. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for coming. What a pleasant surprise. I forgot your photograph, but next time it will be on. Thank you. I just like the cast to introduce themselves, please.
Rajguru Mohan.
Donald John Uman.
Vasu Paliwal.
Naraini Kumar.
Naomi Day.
Shiuli Ghosh. I want sorry, please take it, please.
Vivan Samraj.
Vivan Samraj. I want Rudra and Nirupama. There are too many N's, sorry. She's Nirupama, Naraini, Naomi, I get confused. Please come, please come. I want Lata Tuman to come. Lata, our NGO partner Lata. Thank you so much. This was an initiative for them. All the proceeds have gone to them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I thank the lights. It was very tough because normally I don't act, and they had to step in like 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. Thank you so much. So if there are goof-ups with the lights, you know it is me. Because I never act. I don't act at all. Thank you very much. Please come for our next show, and our next, which will be Sri Ram Center. We have to announce this. We also have the brochures. Please take the brochures home, read up. The next show is on the 19th, right? 19th. Vidambana, that is Kriti Vikriti by Nag Bodis, an excellent play. Then after that we have another play on the 21st, I think at India International Center, 9 Jaku Hill of Gurcharat Das. We've already done it here, now we're going to repeat it at India Habitat Center, India International Center, sorry. In July 21st. And the third play, the end of our season, is August 31st, we do Glass Menagerie back here. Maybe. Thank you very, very much for coming. Please support us. Take the brochures back home. Thank you very, very much.
Once again, from both PAT and DNECF, it's been our pleasure to perform this play for you. Thank you all.
We need to take a photograph. सब लोग हैं? Thank you, Sri Ram Center. Thank you, Radhe Shyam Bhaiya. Thank you, Naresh. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.